technology is not just about machines. It's about people, impact, and leadership. Today, we explore the incredible journey of Paul Arguinchona, how he went from an economics graduate to a CIO in the behavioral healthcare industry.
Right. Yeah, I've found over time, just interacting with people and seeing people, aside from usually a great tragedy in their life or from Christ's intervention, people don't change. They don't. They just don't. They stay the same. If you don't know Christ, you don't know what's risen. It's indescribable. It's unfortunate. But for some people, it is fortunate because some people they're good people and they stay that way. They don't end up getting jaded or anything like that. And I could have, aside from God's great mercy, some of the things I've been through in my career, I could have been very jaded, but I'm not. And I'm thankful for that. So.
Paul's journey proves that tech leadership isn't just about knowing code, it's about integrity, adaptability, and relationships. As a leader, Paul faced tough challenges, including navigating a medical clinic through the Y2K crisis.
How long did I last as a network engineer? Oh, you're going to make me do some math. Well, I was in that position for about 4 years and then got hired by what was then the Heart Institute of Spokane to start their IT department. And went in there, and that was a building that was, IBM helped design that, so jumped into a big token ring network there. And did that for about 4 years and then got hired away right before Y2K to a large medical clinic who had a Y2K disaster. I walked in October 19th, of 99. I walked in the door October 19th of 99. Their practice management system had just been upgraded. I won't get into all these. It was a disaster, but fortunately I had a real smart system analyst who had worked for the practice management vendor. And she and I worked a lot together in those first few months and were able to handle Y2K come December 23rd of 99. So we fell through that. That was quite a learning experience. So did that. And then after 5 years there, went out and did some consulting work and then had an opportunity to work for a Fortune 500 company in the satellite industry. I thought, oh, this will be a great opportunity. Fortune 500, fantastic. I'll learn a lot. Learned a lot, but not what I expected to learn. It was interesting. You were, if you were considered a cog in the machine, you were fortunate.
Yeah.
And then after 5 years there, I was offered a position at Frontier. Jumped at that, and it's been one of the reasons I was offered this position I'm in right now is they were having problems very similar in structure to the problems we had with the Y2K issues back in the medical clinic. Yes. And so I basically said, well, this is how I would approach this. This is what we did back then, and it resolved it. They decided to hire me, and we got things resolved.
From selling computers to running IT for a healthcare organization, Paul has seen the tech world transform, especially with wireless innovation. But beyond tech, Paul believes leadership is about values, relationships, and faith.
You can look at all the technology in the world and stuff like that, but our business in behavioral health, it is about human interaction. And it's the human interaction that's going to make the difference. It's not going to be not necessarily, now there are some obviously medications that do help in some situations, but a lot of it is just the counseling and the support and different things like that. So it's a very person-to-person based company. And you have to take care of the clients and get them taken care of because it's all about people. My father-in-law 35 years ago, when I was dating his daughter, said, this is all about relationships, and it's all about relationships. Our technology is going to change. It's going to aggregate and change, but it's still going to be about relationships with people.
Paul values hiring based on attitude, work ethic, and willingness to learn rather than just technical qualifications. He believes that a great team is built by recognizing strengths and putting people in roles where they thrive. He now takes a balanced approach. Start with trust, but observe how people act before fully relying on them.
Yeah, and the other thing I've done too over historically is I make sure I don't hire the resume, I hire the person. And, you had mentioned, early on in your career, you didn't have any experience. Well, I've taken opportunities with a few people over the years who haven't had any experience. And I said, okay, I'm going to hire you and I'm putting you in this position and we're going to work together, start getting you up to speed. And then letting them go. Letting them thrive in the position. And it's worked very well. And it's one of those things where you just, with all these jobs out there and they say, hey, we're going to pay you this entry wage, but we expect 3 or 4 years of experience. Well, you can't do that. In reality, you can't do that. You need to bring them in and you need to train them. And you just have to take the risk. And if you hire the person and not the resume, you probably do a pretty good job with the risk.
And when you say the person, you're right, because what you're hiring is the attitude, the willingness to collaborate, the willingness to thrive and to become a better person.
Yep.
Those things you cannot, it's very hard to train those things. What has been one of the toughest challenges in your life, in your career, and how do you overcome them?
Well, I think for me, as I look at my career, I grew up kind of, trusting people. And I guess at points you could call me a little naive. And that ended up not really burning me, but ended up creating some career struggles that I wasn't super fond of, but utilized them to grow and to understand and to not believe just because somebody's in leadership that they're there because they've earned it and they're there because they care about people. And it's a little bit of a balancing act. So I try and do a much better job of reading people, watching them closely and how they respond in situations to make a determination of what level of trust and respect that I give them. I start everybody out at the same level, and from there you can stay there, you can go up or you can go down. It's up to you. But not being suspicious of everybody, but kind of taking it's a little bit like playing baseball and being in the infield, and different balls are hit to you. You have to have soft hands and handle it appropriately, and then to make a determination of what you're going to do when it comes at you. So that was probably the biggest challenge. I was a little naive and a little too trusting of people. And I'm not saying don't trust people, but don't trust them close to blind trust just because they're in a leadership position.
Success isn't just about climbing the corporate ladder. It's about the impact you leave behind. Paul Arguinchona's journey from a fresh graduate selling computers to a chief information officer proves that integrity, adaptability, and relationships define true leadership. Through every challenge, from my 2K crises to transforming healthcare IT, Paul has led with a commitment to people over processes, growth over comfort, and values over shortcuts. His story reminds us that technology evolves, but the key to success remains the same. Invest in people, lead with integrity, and never stop learning. Whether you're just starting out or leading a team, take a page from Paul's book, because great leadership isn't about the title. It's about the difference you make.
Thank you for tuning in to the Leaders in Tech podcast. Check in next week to keep learning how to use technology and leadership to change the game. See you next time.